Is it true? Are there people out there who prefer to live on the dole and sit on their butt, collect unemployment instead of going to work? Hi, I'm John McNeil, and this is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. So, we'll be examining that today, and I will be relaying my very personal experiences over the last few months in determining whether or not persons out there really prefer to live off the government dole for as long as they can instead of working. Right now, I'm in a sweet position to be able to witness this. Most of my adult life has been spent in the hospitality industry. I'm back in there now, and I'm telling you, without question, no doubt about it, no ifs, ands, buts about it, absolutely what the government has been doing since last year has really had an effect on the labor markets. It has manipulated it, at least on the lower end anyway. It has manipulated it to the point where people would prefer to ride the government gravy train than to go and work. And I have had some just out and out tell me that. Now, for a long time, this was completely understandable, be it that the CV-19 pandemic was raging. Why would you want to go out and put your health at risk, perhaps even put your family's health at risk, uh, working a job when you could collect unemployment and you know perhaps even come out ahead financially, right? So that made total sense. But now that the CV-19 pandemic is diminishing, this business of paying not only the additional $300 a week in unemployment benefits, but in fact the entire panoply of government support and government aid that was ramped up dramatically during the CV-19 pandemic, it has made it to where the incentives to work have dramatically diminished, right? Okay, let's take it a piece at a time. The $300 a week extra unemployment benefits, now that may not seem like that much money, and in reality, it's not. But you have to understand there's certain people out there who really don't want to work regardless of how much money they get paid, right? So, I mean, there are people who don't want to work for zero money, $0. So, if you offer them not only the regular unemployment benefits, but then the extra $300 on top of that, then that gives them even more incentive not to want to work, right? Now, you also have, in addition to the unemployment benefits, because see, I mean, we have millions of people out there who never qualified for unemployment, right? Perhaps they were never in the workforce to begin with, or they are students that are just graduating from high school. You may have immigrants who just now are getting the right to work in the United States of America, and these people are not collecting unemployment benefits. And so, why aren't they getting out there to work? Well, again, the unemployment aspect of this thing is only one part of a much larger problem, right? So you have the expansion of SNAP benefits that was done by the Biden administration and the Dems in Congress, which now provides additional food, food supplements for families who are on the lower end of the socioeconomic ladder. Very well intentioned, right? Not knocking anyone for that. And it's a blessing that the government was doing that during the teeth of the CV-19 pandemic. But that's just one less incentive to get them to work. And then, of course, there are the foreclosure moratoriums, the eviction moratoriums, both on a federal level and on many state and local levels. All of these things have added together to really be a strong disincentive for people to want to go out and work, right? And now, again, from my standpoint, working at a hotel restaurant, I've seen this very up close and personal. I mean, we have had just a devil of a time getting people to uh, return phone calls, show up in interviews, accept job offers, all of the things that it would take to staff our hotel restaurant. It's just become almost impossible to get them to accept it. Right now, some people would say, and rightfully so, well, just pay them more money, offer more money. Yes, but again, this is where the broader panoply comes into play here, right? So even if in fact you bumped up the pay rate for persons who are willing to return to work, the reality is if they are still under an eviction moratorium or a foreclosure moratorium, or they're receiving additional SNAP benefits, and they are now covered by their family can be covered by Medicaid expansion under the Obamacare law, which was also a part of the stimulus that the Biden administration, along with the Dems in Congress, passed. Then you could double, triple your wage, and it's just still the total compensation would not be worth it, right? And now, what many employers could do and what they should do is offer extended benefits or health benefits, retirement benefits to part-time workers. Now, that would make sense, right? Because that way, persons who don't want to work, a full-time schedule, but they don't want to lose their government benefits either, that gives them an opportunity to go back into the workforce and still receive the benefits that they have come to rely upon over the last, say, 15 months or so. All right. So it is absolutely a real problem. And in my last vid, I did speak about the great weaning, right? That is the federal government, along with the Federal Reserve and state and local governments, basically weaning the American people off of this government milk, right? This is going to take a while, and I encouraged in that video, I encourage people to go out and look for work now. You don't want to wait until the great weaning is complete before you want to, look for something. But that option is there for some people. All right. So those are my thoughts. The answer is yes. These programs are absolutely manipulating the labor markets and having a devastating effect. It is real. It is true. I don't care what anyone else is saying. I see it from the interior, and it is happening. And really, for the economy to get back to full strength and for employment rates to go up, these governments, plural, are going to have to cut back on these programs, right? And do it pretty promptly, especially as the CV-19 vaccination rates are increasing rapidly. That would be a wise thing to do. All right, so those are my thoughts for this week. If you found them insightful, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. And leave a comment. I love comments. I'll respond to each one. I promise you. I'll read and respond. And of course, subscribe. You've got to subscribe to Invest Strong. All right. Thank you so much, friends, and good blessings.